Sullivan. I'm a former IRS agent, teaching instructor with the Internal Revenue Service. Today, I'm going to talk to you about should you file your offer and compromise yourself. I'm a national expert in IRS resolution matters. I worked at IRS for 10 years, a decade. I have been in private practice for 40. I am a national expert in IRS resolution matters and in the offer and compromise. Peter Salinger of my team has worked over 2,500 offers and compromise, and we are both two of the leading experts in offers. It's just the fact. I'm not trying to brag. You can see me in a coat and tie, and I've been on Fox twice, ABC. Okay, I'm trying to brag. I've been on Fox twice, ABC, The Briefing Room, Washington Bureau, Newsmax, News Nation, NTV, CBS, NBC. I've been on all the major stations, but you can go to my website at 777irs.com. That's 3 sevens, and you can see my team of former IRS agents there. You know, I do these videos for 3 reasons. I tell you the truth. I don't want you to get ripped off, and I give you enough information so you can make a good, informative, and educational decision on what you need to do. Today I'm going to talk to you about the offer and compromise. Now, when I worked at IRS, I was one of the few people who worked the offers and compromise, and now with all the ads and everything, there's a lot of specialists. I think last year, I'm guessing there were about 70,000, 75,000 offers filed. Probably 20% of those got accepted. To be really honest with you, and I'm not patronizing myself, but the public, you're not going to get the lowest settlement. I'm just telling you the truth. You're just not, because you're not skilled in the offer and compromise. And it takes doing this day in and day out and knowing what the expectations are and what you have to do to get the lowest settlement. If you file your offer and I file an offer, you're not going to compete with me to get the lowest settlement. It's impossible to do this. Now, I understand some of you do not have the money, so you need to do a lot of research on IRS offers. I just will tell you 2 things about that if you're going to do that yourself. IRS is going to drill down on the assets to make sure your values of your assets are correct, and you must make sure you understand the National Standards Program. IRS is going to go ahead and fix values on your expenses. You're not going to get the expenses you think you're going to get. IRS is not going to allow those. So you should make sure you look at the IRS National Standards Program. IRS has national standards that they're going to fix your expenses in the category of food and clothing, housing and utilities, car payments, and car operations. They're going to fix expenses, and you can Google those and find out what the IRS national standards are. The reason that you are not going to compete with me about getting the lowest figure is there's times you file the offer and times you don't. There is a timing issue depending on when your income is going to be the lowest and when you have fully buffed your expenses up enough legally that IRS will allow those expenses. IRS basically is going to get the lowest settlement, you have to know when to file the offer and compromise. There's a secret sauce when to file it, and it's always when you're doing the worst. The other thing that we're going to get that you're not is we're going to be able to drive your assets values down lower because we understand what it takes to use different figures than you, and you're not going to understand how to get IRS to accept lower figures than you. That's part of what we do very well. I'm not going to give that information away. I'm going to keep that. That's part of a secret sauce. I'm just trying to tell you that at the end of the day, it's all about timing. It's all about knowing when to file. It's all about knowing the national standards, and it's all about knowing what values for assets to put down. Those 4 factors will go ahead and make sure you get the lowest possible settlement possible with IRS. Generally, the public is just not going to know them because they're not in the space every day. So if you're going to hire someone, you have to hire an attorney, a CPA, or an enrolled agent, or somebody like our firm. By the way, we know this more than anybody. I'm just flat out telling you no one knows offers like we do. But don't hire these firms that can promise they can get your the lowest possible settlement. A lot of people, 90% of the people you're talking to in this industry, when you call them on the phone, are salespeople, just so you know. If you're not talking to an attorney, enrolled agent, or CPA, that they can't represent you. Anyway, listen, I gave you enough good tips on here. Just listen to what I have to tell you. Give me a free consultation if you want. We are the real deal here, no question. I love a subscription because YouTube says we need subscriptions. We all need subscriptions. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.